coming up this week on The Good Life.
What's really awesome about the fame that's brought me is that I'm able to do things in the community I think a lot of people would like to do and would do if they had the opportunity.
He spent years being the bad guy in the ring, but we see a softer side of wrestler Kane coming up. The Good Life is mixing vintage charm with a modern twist to give your home a fabulous new look.
Those are some basic steps where you can begin to live the good life and be well prepared for your retirement.
Do you need help when it comes to money matters? We eliminate that stress with great ideas from an expert. Plus,
she's the funniest person. She always likes to make people laugh.
we're paying it forward to our neighbor who needs our support after losing someone special. It's all coming up on The Good Life. Living the good life doesn't mean having everything you want. It means recognizing and appreciating what you have. Hello to you. I'm Kelly Parker. To me, living the good life means sharing family traditions and great stories, having a style that's all your own, and living with a go big or go home kind of spirit. Oh, and every good life sprinkles in the element of surprise. So pull up a chair and join us. I think you'll agree. Every day is better when it's served with a slice of the good life. Hello to you and welcome to The Good Life. I'm Kelly Parker. We thank you so much for joining us. Have you ever wondered if the actors or people you see on TV are actually that way in person? Well, you may never guess it by looking at his 7-foot, 320-pound frame. But our guest this week is much more of a softie than he cares to admit. His stature is anything but average. He holds multiple WWE Championship titles. We caught up with professional wrestler Kane, otherwise known as Glenn Jacobs, who now calls Knoxville home. So this is a totally different you than we are used to seeing. How did you start this entire Kane role? How did that come to be?
Well, I had always been a fan of wrestling, and through Smoky Mountain Wrestling at the time, was able to get my foot in with WWE, and then a few years later, this opportunity came up with the character Kane, and that's actually 20 years ago at that point. Wow. Doesn't feel like it, it's all been a blur, but it's been a great ride. Did
you ever think that a wrestling career was in your future when you were younger? Is this something that you thought, that's a great path for me?
I always wanted to get into sports in some form or fashion. I played sports all through high school and college, and as I said, I'd always been a wrestling fan. So it wasn't surprising, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So obviously you play Kane, this rough, tough guy, but there's a real teddy bear side to you too that everyone here sees. Let's talk about that a little bit. What's the difference between Kane and Glenn Jacobs?
Well, it's character on TV.
Absolutely.
And what's really awesome about the fame that's brought me is that I'm able to do things in the community I think a lot of people would like to do and would do if they had the opportunity. I do have that opportunity.
Yeah. Obviously, if there's someone watching who's had a bad day, a bad week, how would you encourage them? That's actually a really good time.
I found that that's the best time, because the warm, fuzzy feelings that we experience when we give are real. So really the best time to try to reach out and help someone else is when you feel down, because you do feel better about yourself.
In the end, it's you that feels the reward.
Yeah.
Who thought that they would ever hear the words warm fuzzy come from your mouth? That just made my day, just hearing that.
I'm a warm fuzzy.
You are a warm fuzzy kind of guy. Is there anything that would surprise us to know about you? Is there a skill that you have that would just floor us? Are you a good cook? Are you a great dancer? Is there a secret
talent?
I'm
all of that. So.
Tell us something we don't
know. No, I don't think I have any secret talent.
No secret talent.
No,
singing.
No. Ooh,
definitely
horrible. No, definitely a not on singing.
Rocky Top.
I can do Rocky Top, but I'm not going to do it on your show because I know where this is going.
You already saw
I'll do it with 110 other thousand people at Neyland Stadium.
But not just with me.
Not just with
not
me.
Not a duet.
Sorry.
Such a downer. The most important part of this, I do have a secret talent that you don't know about, and it's arm wrestling. You may not see these guns under here, but they're ready for those guns. Are you up for the challenge?
Sure.
Okay. He's ready.
Hold on a sec. Hello? Yeah, I'm right in the middle of something. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. I gotta take this, Kelly. I'm sorry.
So we'll call this arm wrestling face-off a tie. And now it's back to work for Glenn on what he calls his bigger mission, helping others.
People ask me, and it's true, who gets more out of it? And, you know, whoever I might be helping or whatever, or me. And it's probably me, actually.
By the way, since Glenn stepped out of the ring, he's no longer hurting people, but helping them. When he isn't helping out with local charities, he and his wife run an insurance agency here in Knoxville. Still to come here on The Good Life. Coming up, we're helping you learn ways to save now so you can live more comfortably in the future.
You make a bad mistake on an option, you make a bad mistake on a margin, you make a bad mistake on a stock pick. It could be devastating to your plan.
The Good Life helps you plan ahead financially coming up. It's a little touch of decorating bliss as we mix antiques with modern flair to give you new decorating inspiration.
Me and my dad and brothers we've realized that life's too short and we've become closer.
Plus, The Good Life pays it forward to an East Tennessean living with a tremendous loss. It's all coming up. So do you have a tough time accessorizing your home to fit your family's style and personality? Well, coming up after the break, we're using everyday household items to give your home a glammed up new look. The Good Life, brought to you by Knoxville Wholesale Furniture and Medeiros.
Knoxville Wholesale Furniture is proud to announce the Trisha Yearwood Home Collection. With an emphasis on comfort, Trisha Yearwood has designed simple, honest furniture that will make any space feel like a home. The collection ranges from accent pieces to dining room and bedroom furniture. It combines Trisha's Southern style with a classic twist for timeless decor. Its custom upholstery pieces are North Carolina made and completely charming, all at introductory prices. Knoxville Wholesale Furniture, Peters Road and Callahan Drive.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. I've done the research. For complete home improvements, you can trust Medeiros Siding and Windows. From doors and windows to insulation and siding, Medeiros delivers value and home energy savings, offering roof replacement and gutter protection and deck design. Medeiros is your single source for all your home performance upgrades and renovation needs, providing custom solutions with proven results for everything under your roof, including your roof. Plus, it's all backed by my Make It Right guarantee. Call Medeiros Siding and Windows today.
Welcome back to The Good Life. So when it comes to making the spaces in your home look neat but beautifully accessorized, a great way to add a little color is by using fruits right from your kitchen. Add some lemons to a colorful bowl and just like that, instant charm and color. Don't forget apples, limes, and oranges are great as well. More Good Life decorating inspiration coming up. And speaking of fabulous interior style, when it comes to decorating, most interior designers will tell you they love to mix those classically older pieces with the new pieces to give each room that timeless, charming look. So today we're getting some help mixing the old with the new to give your home a great new look. So when it comes to making your home look fabulous, do you have that designer eye? Well, trust me, most of us need a little help in that department, and today we're at the right place to do so. We are here today at the Paris Apartment Boutique and Bistro, and joining us, Debbie Oden. This is absolutely beautiful. We both love vintage, right?
This is us, Kelly.
This is us. Let's walk through exactly how you've mixed the old with the new in this table.
Okay. We really started with a newer charger, and these lovely chargers are actually something that you can find from Pier 1 of all places.
Okay.
So we'll share that as well so you know where to find those. And then we've taken these beautiful antique plates here that are spode, and every plate is different, as well as every teacup and saucer.
So they don't have to match exactly, and that's okay. We love that. You took it a step further and even found some adorable matching cups.
These are just little broken teacups with little cracks and crazes that look like they don't have much of a life left, but they make an absolutely beautiful hostess gift. Just adding a little bit of moss around it to finish it off, and you've got a lovely gift for someone to take home.
We love this entire look. The blue and white spode is just a classic look. Let's talk about the centerpiece. This is where many of us stress. I know I do when I'm having a get together. How do we make this simple?
Well, one way you can make it simple is to use fresh potted flowers in what you're working with. And all we've done here is take a beautiful blue and white container here and 3 pots of hydrangeas.
Okay.
And these you can even pick up from your local grocery store. And then I went out and gathered some of the last daffodils for the season out of the yard this morning, put those down in a vase so they're actually sitting down on a riser just down inside here. And
to give them that height.
Give them that height, and voila.
It looks fantastic. Now, Debbie has several fantastic tablescapes set for us today. Let's go take a look at your next surprise for us. From the timeless blue and white to a little green now and a beautiful breakfast table. Let's talk about this great look, Debbie.
This is one of my favorites.
Mine too.
Because I have 3 generations here that mean a lot to me. We've started with my grandmother's, all of her depression glass, all of the green Vaseline glass that we recognize from the past. And then we've also mixed in the beautiful Franciscan, which is from the 1970s, and I grew up having my cereal and toast on that each morning growing up. And what we've done here is we've taken the cookie jar,
right,
and all I did was take a potted plant and plop it down in there, dirt and all. I'll take it out and plant it in the garden later this afternoon after my brunch.
Fantastic. You have to have a little imagination, and what you've done here to just give it that rise. Let's explain that.
Well, if you don't have a beautiful cake plate or something to give it the height you're looking for,
right.
I've just taken an old bowl here and layered this right up on top, made a pedestal,
and voila.
And voila.
Why should we all kind of open our horizons when it comes to mixing the old with the new? It does add a special, unique touch, right?
Well, it does, and you have an open license to be creative, and you don't have to match completely, but it also takes us on such a sentimental journey to the past, and it's a beautiful journey that we can share to the next generation.
And The Good Life is all about saving money, and this is a great way to do that. You can find many of these pieces at local thrift stores.
Absolutely.
So the next time you stop by a local thrift or antique store, remember there are lots of hidden decorating gems in there. For more information on decorating ideas for your home, you can log on to mygoodlifetv.com. And speaking of saving, so living the good life means we are all looking for ways to save money and invest our money more wisely. And from time to time, we can all use a little help when it comes to planning financially for our family. So where do we begin? Today, we take that question to the expert. And that expert is here at Denton Financial Group. Joining us today, we have Clark Denton. Thanks so much for being with us. You have helped East Tennesseans with money matters for almost 25 years now. And you say many times you see your clients are very intimidated to talk about money.
Well, it is scary.
Yeah.
You get a one-time shot to make a mistake, and it could be devastating on how your portfolio grows. You may not understand the tax laws. They change all the time, and you've got to be confident in what you do. It's all relative. That's what I always tell my clients. They may feel embarrassed with the amount they've saved, and that may prevent them from going and getting advice professionally. And whether you've got $100,000 or $1 million, it's your money, and you need to be a good steward of that money.
And to all of us, financial planning can be very intimidating, but you try to take the guesswork out of it and make all of us feel very comfortable when it comes to money matters.
We've all heard that there are no dumb questions. The main dumb questions are the ones that aren't asked. And I have in all my offices, I have 3 offices, and I have an easel pad and a marker. And I draw pictures and I try to simplify it, because if people can see how you're explaining it and hear how you explain it, they tend to understand it better and feel more comfortable about what they're doing. The main thing is you have to be organized, and that's so hard to do. I think the statistics say we spend more time planning a vacation than we do on our retirement. And if you can just make a phone call to your financial person, meet with them once a year, that goes a long way to, as you say, fulfilling the good life.
So at the end of the day, we all want to live the good life. What are some steps we can start taking today to ensure that we're living the good life in the future?
One of the tips that I would leave you with, Kelly, is through your employer is a 401k, 9 times out of 10. And there are many times there's enrollment options where you can increase your contribution automatically 1%. So 1% a year, you don't feel it. So you start out with 6% deduction from your pay, then it goes to 7, 8, 9. Before you know it, you're doing 12, 15%. And now you've got a nice nest egg. And what we try to do is help people. You can leave it for your loved one or spouse. You can donate it to charity. There's so many different things out there that are available, but don't be embarrassed about calling a financial advisor, because most of us are not too good for anything, and it is our pleasure to help people.
And planning ahead now means living more comfortably in the future. For more information on financial planning for your family, you can log on to our website, mygoodlifetv.com. Coming up after the break.
I think of my mom every day, but I think there's probably too many funny memories to just pick one.
The loss of her mother changed this teen's world forever. The Good Life has an unforgettable surprise for her, thanks to our generous neighbors, coming up. But first, it's time for more Good Life decorating inspiration. When it comes to putting utensils out for your next family get-together, don't forget beautiful vintage crystal pieces make extraordinary silverware holders on any table, adding a touch of bling to your next meal. We love it! More to come after the break. Welcome back. We all need a little Joanna Gaines magic wand when it comes to rustic, simplistic decorating. So grab a serving platter from your kitchen, a colorful recipe book, some flowers or foliage from your yard, and one of your favorite sentimental accessories. We chose this old clock. And voila! A little interior update for a space in your home without spending a dime. Now that's living the good life. So it's time once again this week to pay it forward to one of our neighbors who needs our support. You know, losing a loved one can be devastating, but losing your mother is a pain that simply can't be described. Our guest this week continues to smile despite losing her greatest supporter. To Glenna Beeler, life was about making those around her smile.
Glenna was an amazing person. She was always the life of the party. She had a magnetic personality. To know Glenna was to love Glenna, and the same goes, she loved everybody. She was my best friend for 15 years. She was, like I said, if you knew Glenna was around, you knew your friend was there.
A close friend, wife, mother of 3, and special education teacher in Union County for nearly 15 years.
She's the most beautiful and prettiest woman inside and out, and she would help anyone in need, and she's the funniest person. She always liked to make people laugh.
Glenna also took on the title of coach for her daughter Haley's cheerleading squad.
she wanted us to be the best we could. It was really special because we got to spend even more time together.
But last fall, this tight-knit family and community would face an unimaginable tragedy.
We got a call early in the morning that Glenna had passed, and it was a huge shock to everyone.
No one could ever replace the bond you have with your mom. And no, she's not there with us physically, but she's always there with us in our hearts.
Doctors determined Glenna had an undiagnosed heart defect. She died peacefully at home in her sleep. And describe how your family has pulled together after losing your mom.
Me and my dad and brothers we've realized that life's too short, and we've become closer and are always there for each other and try to show each other how much we love each other each and every day.
And for Haley, continuing to cheer without her mom would prove to be too difficult.
I love my team, but I didn't feel like I was doing them justice by being there when my heart wasn't in it.
And do you see little reminders throughout the day that your mom is still with you?
Yeah, so I see stuff and I'll remember things that I thought I forgot.
And they come back to you?
Yeah.
Do you think she is proud of you and looking down on you every single day?
Yeah.
We want to thank you for being brave and for coming here today. And on behalf of Yeager Salon, they would like to invite you for a day of beauty and pampering on them. They want to give you a makeover, do your hair, do your makeup, just to say thank you for being courageous and going through this and inspiring others.
We love beauty. Glenna loved beauty. We talked makeup and beauty all the time.
Now we're here at Salon Yeager and it's makeover time. Now let's catch up with Haley. And now it's time for all the fun to begin. Haley, are you ready for the makeover?
I'm ready.
Okay, let the fun begin. And here's our final look. Haley's makeover. What do you think of your makeover?
I love it.
Is it exactly what you wanted?
It's exactly what I wanted.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
And we are joined now by Jen Yeager, the owner of Salon Yeager. And Jen, thank you guys so much for an incredible makeover.
Oh, thank you for coming out, Kelly. And Haley, it was our pleasure. We're so glad to have you here with us. Just a little gift for you to take home. There's some products from L'Oreal Professionnel to take care of your new color, which we think is fabulous.
And we have one more huge surprise.
Paul Walker with Walker's Automotive would like to give you a Ford Explorer. So.
Oh my God.
Yay! I know, yeah. So he said, would she like that? Absolutely. So
That's car.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
No.
A Good Life surprise and tribute to our neighbor loved by so many.
It's meant so much to me, and I know that it would mean so much to my mom that someone took the time out of their day just to take care of us.
Well, we thank you so much, and we're so excited for you. So that's our show. To our crew, that's what it means to live the good life.
It's good to be alive.
It means making every day fun, finding ways to make our dollar go further, remembering to add the charm of yesterday into everyday life, and helping shower our neighbors in their time of need. Thanks so much for inviting us into your home tonight. We'll see you next time.